Greetings. I want to take a few minutes out of your day to get you all to listen to, just to share some information with you that I think that is very important. I was sitting there studying in the blueprint of a new concept, and I also have from Dance Your Disciples to Growth and Development, the blueprint. Both of them are the same document, same books, same information in them, but it's just in two separate versions of it. On page 42 of the Rod Emory version, it starts with who is the enemy, and on page 40 of the Blueprint of a New Concept version, published by Visionaries, it's on page 40. And I'm gonna start reading. I'm gonna give y'all a brief synopsis on what's going on. It says, who is the enemy? The October 28, 1982 letter regarding the awareness session document gave us a brief outline of who the enemy is. October the 28th, 1982. That's this document right here. That's this document right here. October the 28th, 1982. And in this document, it gave us a brief outline on who the enemy was or who the enemy is. And we know that anyone who supports or condones the systematic warehousing and destruction of our peoples are in essence the enemy. And we know this here. That document, the awareness session document of October 28, 1982, it refers to the 33-page document, which is called the Woodlawn Experiment, the story of the gangs that were created. This right here. This is the 33 pages that everybody talks about right here. This is the 33 pages. I have the 33 pages. And in this document, it tells us exactly how gangs in Chicago was created. It breaks down what was going on. So I'm going to give y'all a brief synopsis of that. What happened in Chicago in the 60s wasn't the first time this had occurred. We can go all the way back to just say the World War I, when they had the race riots in East St. Louis around 1919. Then you had Tulsa, Oklahoma, where they dropped the bomb on Tulsa, Oklahoma, Black Wall Street. All this was coming up out of World War I. Then we move up to World War II. What we get out of World War II is the Zoot Suit riots, which helped create the Spanish organizations over on the West Coast when the American soldiers was jumping on the Latinos, which allowed the Latinos, was forced the Latinos to come together and to band together, and this is what you get after that. It also happened during the 1950s. During the Korean War, which is also known as the Forgotten War. Then move up until the 1960s, when you had the Vietnam War along with the Black Power movement. This is how the gangs, or as they call it, the gangs in urban areas, especially Chicago, was created. The Crips and Bloods was created out of the Vietnam War, as well as the Black Power movement. Move up into the 80s, where you had the Iran-Contra going on. You had the civil wars, the guerrilla wars that was going on in El Salvador, and they had the illegal immigrants that start coming over here. And that's how you get MS-13, and that's how the 18th Street Gang, all these organizations was formed. Moving up until today, you have the Israel, Hamas, Israel, Iran, Russia, and Ukraine. You have all these wars going on. And what do we have coming in today? We have a bunch of Venezuelans coming in because of the civil unrest that's going on in their country, where the United States have helped created that. And the United States is, they're trying to take their oil from them. They've been trying to do that since Chavez, trying to get that oil reserve over there. So basically what they did, now they imported all these immigrants over here. And the largest organization, street organization or criminal organization, as they call it over there, is the Trans de Aragua. So now a lot of these organizations, these members have come over here in the United States, and they have set root in Chicago and Miami. They two strongholds right now. And out of this here, what you're going to get is more gang warfare that is created by the government. The government is creating this here, but we got to ask ourselves, why are they creating it? Why are they got us focused so much on this? It's something else that's going on behind that. When they was creating the gangs in the 1960s, what they was doing, they was trying to take over that Woodlawn, Kenwood, and Hyatt Park area. That's what the government did. That's what the University of Chicago wanted. And you had everybody, a lot of people was involved in it. The federal government was involved with it. The local government of Chicago was involved with it. The University of Illinois was involved with it. The University of Chicago was involved. Everybody had their hands in this here. And it's the same thing that's occurring right now in our community. This is just a brief synopsis. I'm doing my research. I got everything here. I'm letting y'all know that when who is the enemy comes out, got all the documents, got everything here. We're constantly doing the research. It's going to be an in-depth study so that everybody can really see on who the enemy is. I want to thank you for taking time out of your day and giving me this short amount of time to speak with you. Just stay tuned because it's going to get deep. Everything is going to be broke down. Then you're going to see how the Mexican Mafia started. You're going to see how the MS-13 started. You're going to see how the 18th Street gang started. You're going to see how the Disciples and Blackstones and all these street organizations turned into gangs. You're going to see how the Crips started, the Bloods started. Now you're going to see what's going on in our communities today. I'm going to come from the past to the present and what's going on in the future. Thank you all.